Good evening and welcome to, or afternoon or morning, whenever you're watching this. Welcome to my channel, Alicia Leslie, Mundane Mystic. I'm here tonight to share a very important message, which I've been doing a series on the election as it's been going on. I am a unity minister. Unity is culturally Christian and spiritually unlimited. We see truth in all faiths, and our individual expression is to interpret the teaching of Jesus and other universal spiritual teachers to show us a better way to live. And right now, boy, oh boy, do we need that. Um, I called my message tonight a voice in the wilderness because that's how I feel. You know, when John the Baptist was trying to help people be aware that Jesus was coming, he felt like a voice crying in the wilderness that nobody heard it, nobody got it. And for I have a couple thousand Facebook friends. Wouldn't you know, there are not many of them that watch these videos. Oh, the video that we did on makeup I did with my sister. Oh, yeah, that went over like gangbusters. When people know it's going to be politics, somehow it just doesn't fly. But this is desperate. And I do feel like a voice in the wilderness. So I'm going to ask you to please try to watch this all the way through and to share it with others because we are in a very critical point. Um, I did a previous videos. You can find them on YouTube because that's what I'm going to do with this when this is over. The question is being asked by some people, well, were you better off 4 years ago? And last video I said, yes, I was. I was more at peace. Like right now, the only reason I'm not at peace is that we are in this space where we're coming into an election and it is an absolute madhouse. So I wanted to address this with you. I hear all opinions, all sides. I am a conservative Democrat, a centralist kind of person, because I'm able to see two different sides. We have a need for the liberal and we have a need for the conservative. The problem is it's gotten way out of hand. I don't feel the many good Republicans that are out there coming forward. There are some that are speaking against where we're headed, and in particular with the danger of Project 2025, which is a real thing. You know, it's a real thing because it's a true thing because it exists. Heritage Foundation got together, a bunch of multi-billionaires, and created this document of how they want the country to run. Check it out for yourself. Don't take my word for it. And I don't want to take my valuable time with you right now to be talking about something that you can look up for yourself. Therein is the problem. Scott Peck, who is a spiritual writer and minister, said that the basic cause of sin is narcissism and laziness. And when we think of ourselves first, that is a huge mistake. We have to think of ourselves as a part of a greater whole, whether that is a greater whole in a family, a country, a planet. We all have to work together for the greater good of the whole. That is not happening. Division has been being bred ever since 2015 when Donald Trump came down the golden elevator and declared he was running for president. That day I got a knot in my stomach that hasn't completely been able to release. It has released a little bit as I see the many, many good things that our current administration is doing. And again, if you don't believe me, start looking it up online. Oh yeah, if you hear someone say, "Oh, he just can't string words together. Biden can't string words together, and Biden can't complete a thought, and everybody thinks he's dumb and old." You know what? Look at some of the things he's done. Go to Politico and look up 30 things Joe Biden has done that you may not be aware of. They have the same thing for Kamala Harris, who they also say hasn't done anything, and they also say the same thing about Donald Trump, with some very interesting things there that did not work out for the best of our country. Please, please, my Republican friends, don't ditch me now, okay? Please don't be mad at me. Don't be hating. I don't. What we're talking about right now is personality. We have to get back past personality to principle. We have to look at facts. We have facts, and we have opinions. And our school that I went to, seminary, is in Missouri. That's called the Show Me State. So if someone's making a claim to you, say, show me. Show me that's true. If you don't know it's the truth, then say, show me it's true. So no, 4 years ago, I was not better off. Not for the past 8 years. And one of the worst things about my life 8 years ago until what we could get currently, I would wake up every morning with a sense of dread. This is my God's honest truth. And the thought, I would be afraid to turn on the news, but at the same time, I would be compelled to turn on the news, because it would be like, oh God, what has he done now? And I so hoped when his term was over, things would change, but he never stopped. There was not a day that he was not in the headlines, that he was not slamming the current administration and lying incessantly. That's not personality. That's principle. These are factual things. You can look them up. You can turn on your TV. You can run your memory back. I am, as I am very grateful many people are, one of the woke. Oh no, they're woke. Well, there's an old saying, and I'm going to cuss. This is a cuss warning, so prepare yourself. The old saying says, if you can't bedazzle them with brilliance, then baffle them with bullshit. Right? So when you're hearing people speak, no matter what side they're on, pay attention to what they're saying. Jot yourself down a note, and then look it up. Is that opinion or is that fact? We have to get to the facts. We are in an experience right now of principle versus personality. Personality is your opinion about a person. They're charming. They're this. They're smart. How do you know they're smart? Do you have any, what do they call that, report cards to go back to? Probably not. I'm so sorry I didn't get my water. Always look for the truth, no matter who's saying it. Everybody makes a mistake. I made a mistake in my last video. I'm not going to tell you what it is, because if you didn't notice it, I'm not pointing it out. But it is one of those things that someone wanted to nitpick me could say, she didn't even know fill in the blank. So what does it mean to be woke? People try to confuse you, bedazzle them with BS, by taking words and screwing up the meanings. Woke is a respectable word from decades and decades ago, when the people of color had to be very woke. They had to pay attention. It meant pay attention, look for danger, look for social injustice, and that's what we have to do now. My skin's white. We still have to look out for injustice, social injustice, and danger. And our democracy is currently in danger. Don't believe me? Again, go look up Project 2025. I wrote a book recently. It's called The Power of Just One Drop, and it deals with racism. And a friend of mine read it, and she said it was a good book, but I felt it was like coming from the 70s, or the 60s, many years ago, because it's not like that. I said, it's not like that? She said, yeah, there's not racism like that. Well, she's from Orlando, and guess what? In Orlando, several months ago, there was a neo-Nazi march. Yes, there was. This was on 4th of July weekend. I have to read it so I don't miss anything. In Nashville, Tennessee, there was a demonstration from the Patriot Front. Over 100 men with masks on, white masks across their face, their little uniform, shouting, playing a drum, marching. And this is really interesting because they were wearing face covering and carrying shields. And they had Confederate flags. A white supremacist group whose members maintain their ancestors conquered America, bequeathing it to no one else. No one else. How about the Native Americans that you conquered? You conquered people who were living here. Besides, you didn't do it. We have a long history. Heck, how could there have been? Well, I guess there was racism back then because being Native American is certainly a race, right? This is real. A year ago, there was a Proud Boys demonstration in Tennessee, in Nashville. And in the spring, neo-Nazis, again, so we got white supremacists, neo-Nazis. Congressman Justin Jones said it was hate on full display. And he is from Tennessee, and they tried to kick him out of the House of Representatives when he and two other people were trying to stand up for making safer gun legislation, gun regulation. Okay, you want to talk about a truth? This truth has been around forever. Well, for our countries ever, for our democracy. And it says, united we stand, divided we fall. We must learn to unite. At the campground, my sister's campground where I work, we have a sign that says politics free zone. So I don't talk politics with the people at the campground. What I do is I love them. I try to become one with them. Even the ones that might have tattoos of Confederate flags, or we don't allow any political display. We don't have any Biden flags or any things like that, and no Trump flags, nothing in the campground. We're trying to build the consciousness of oneness. So, but united we stand. And then go look at a coin. It says E pluribus unum, which means out of many, one. Folks, we need to learn to get a strong foundation of truth. We need to educate ourselves. Please don't just take something that I say, as gospel because I said it. Check it out. Look it up for yourself. I usually try, I'll see all the people with YouTube channels and they say, like, share, subscribe. If you go on to YouTube, you can subscribe to my channel. You'll get every video I do, and I do a lot of wacky ones, but you'll know when I'm doing something and you'll be able to watch it. If you like it, it'll get more watches. If you share it, it will get more watches. I'm trying to share positive, life-changing, democracy-saving principles of truth. I love you all. I love the Republicans, the Democrats. I don't love the badly behaved Republicans. What do I say to all the ones who are not sure? Wake up. Wake up. Wake up and smell the garbage that is lies and deceit. More on that another day. I'm going to go, try to keep it under 15 minutes. So until next time, bless you. And it's really hard. Over 2,000 people following me, and you'll get 27 views. I don't know. Spread the views because I got really good stuff to share. Take care. Bye bye.